So this is it. Day 1 of training at the WWE Performance Center. As you can see, it looks like everyone heard I was coming and decided they'd be better off staying home. This is cool, but there's no way my journey ends here. I'm going to WWE and then straight to the top, where I make sure
Hey,
that...
what are you doing? You're an hour and a half early for your orientation.
I was just... checking out the facility?
There'll be plenty of time for that later. How did you even get in here?
Guy up front let me in.
Oh, big guy with the mustache? Kinda sweaty?
Yup.
Well, that's Todd's final strike. Hope he enjoys early retirement.
I tried showing him my ID, but he said it wasn't necessary. And then he told me to walk right in. I mean, I get that I look like I belong here, but the guy's clearly not cut out for the job. If it were up to me, I'd fire him.
Thanks for your input. Anyway, you're going to need to fill out your information on this and sign a bunch of waivers before you can begin training today. And when you're done with all that, there's actually a fun part. You get to design your wrestling gear in case you become a WWE superstar.
You mean when I become a WWE superstar?
Yeah, sure. Wait, have you been filming this entire time?
Is that a problem?
Filming's not allowed in here without prior consent, which you should have been told by security. Frickin' Todd. Turn it off, please. You done with all that yet?
Just finished. It takes time to design a look like that.
I've seen worse.
So now what? Should I go wait at the front desk with you until it's time to start?
Front desk. What do you think I do here? I'm Corey Klein, head recruiter and occasional babysitter of people who don't follow instructions and show up way earlier than they're supposed to.
Oh, that Corey. I guess when we were emailing, I just saw your name and assumed that... You know what? It's nice to meet you in person finally.
Go get changed. Then head over to the gym. The other trainees who started last week should be showing up soon. And to clear up any potential confusion on your end, they are men.
Got it. Thanks.
Hey, new guy, right? I'm Hector Flores. Welcome to the PC.
Thanks. I'm excited to get going. Especially since I heard you started last week.
Started here, at least. I've been training in wrestling for years before this. It's part of growing up in Mexico.
Are you from one of those famous wrestling families?
No, where I'm from, you were either into wrestling or football. Sorry, soccer. I chose wrestling.
I chose football. American, to be clear. I had no interest in all that running they do in soccer. Plus, I love the physicality of football.
I can see how that relates to wrestling, but how'd you end up here?
I love playing football, but I just kind of got burnt out going from college to the pros and wanted a new challenge. I started training for this a few months back, and WWE took notice.
That's good. But don't expect this to be easy. You're going to have to work as hard, or harder, than you ever have before to make it to WWE.
I realize that, and I respect everything that WWE superstars do, inside and outside the ring. But there have been a lot of guys who crossed over successfully from football to wrestling, and I plan on being the next one to do it.
I like your determination. Now let's see if you have what it takes to get the ball in the end zone.
Hey, who are you?
It's my first day training here. Who are you?
Seriously? Have you not been watching Japanese wrestling for the past 6 years? I'm Paragon J. Pierce, the biggest free agent WWE's signed since AJ Styles. Bigger, actually.
I haven't had time to watch Japanese wrestling. I was busy playing football at the highest level in the world.
So you're a football player, huh? Man, you guys are all the same. You come into our sport thinking it's gonna be easy, but you're in for a real wake-up call. I don't plan on being here very long. They actually should have never sent me here to begin with. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to send you running back to whatever team you were cut from.
You remind me of a lot of the guys I played against. All talk. Luckily for them, when the whistle blew, I couldn't punish them anymore. Last time I checked, there's no whistles here.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of wrestling rings, which you have very little experience in. You're on my field now, rookie. When I'm done with you, you're gonna be begging for a whistle.
We'll see.
I heard you were starting today. Big fan.
Thanks. You're a football fan?
No, not really. I just liked your team's colors. Big purple fan. That'll be the color of my gear when I get to WWE. But anyway, I actually have an athletic background too. I spent some time in minor league baseball.
Really? Who'd you play for?
Well, I wasn't a player. I was actually a mascot named Ribby. But I was around a ton of good athletes.
Oh, okay. Well, that counts for something, I guess.
The best part of the job was they used to have indie wrestling shows at the stadium all the time, where I got to rub elbows with legends like Jerry the King Lawler. He found out I was training on the side as a wrestler and actually helped me get a shot here. Not that I couldn't have made it on my own.
Even if Lawler helped get your foot in the door, you wouldn't be here if you weren't talented. I'll see you out there in a bit.
Ah, sounds good, buddy. Oh, and before I forget, can you sign your football card for me before you leave today?
Sure. Just as long as you don't sell it online.
Ah, well, then you know what? I can get it some other time.
I'm just messing with you. If you can make a few bucks, then good for you. And literally, it might only be a few bucks. See you out there, Chase.
I'd like to officially welcome our newest recruit to the start of his WWE journey. The rest of you've heard this speech already, so we'll try to make it quick.
On our first day, he did the whole ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages thing. It was awesome.
We'll do the talking, Chase.
I was just telling him about your cool DX intro you did.
Chase!
What Road Dogg was getting at is we are going to give you the foundation to succeed in WWE. What you do with it is up to you.
Keep in mind, you will be judged at all times. The big man in the sky is always watching.
Not that big man. There's a camera up there with a live feed that goes directly to Triple H's office in Stamford.
The coaches and PC staff certainly have input, but ultimately, he'll decide when the time's right to bring the GMs from NXT, Raw, and SmackDown here so you can showcase your talents.
I'm ready for that now.
Yeah, we know you think that, but it's not your call, big shot.
Okay, now that all that's out of the way, we're going to start with some one-on-one matches to see where everyone's at.
All right, new guy, since it's your first day, we'll let you choose who you want to face.
Okay, let's get started. Hey, we have some good news.
You're not going to have to deal with us much longer.
Well, maybe if everything works out.
What do you mean?
Triple H feels like he's seen enough from you and the rest of the class. So it's time for an official evaluation.
Is this the PC showcase you mentioned back on my first day?
Exactly. All of the GMs will be here to see you guys in action. If you impress any of them enough, you might receive a contract offer.
Thanks for helping me get to this point. I won't let you down.
You put in the hard work and earned this opportunity. Now it's time to deliver and reap the benefits.
I'll be ready.
We should also mention that each GM is going to be accompanied by a superstar from their brand to help evaluate you guys.
And by evaluate, you mean you're going to face one of the visiting superstars. We already know how you do against the other guys here, so we wanted to give you a new challenge.
That all sounds good to me. So, who will I face?
Well, the options are Oni Lorcan from NXT, Shinsuke Nakamura from SmackDown, or the toughest challenge out of the three, Drew McIntyre from Raw.
Keep in mind there's no wrong choice, but being a tougher opponent would be more impressive to the GMs and potentially open more doors. But if you lost, the risk might not be worth it.
So, now that you've had 10 seconds to consider this life-altering decision, what's it gonna be?
I want to really impress the GMs. Give me Drew McIntyre.
All right, we'll make it happen. Good luck, kid.
Wait! We almost forgot the best part. There's a little surprise waiting in your locker.
Oh, you mean his custom gear we made for him?
Well, now that the cat's out of the bag, Remember your first day when you designed your wrestling attire? Well, we figured it might help your chances if the GMs could see how you'd really look in WWE.
Unless you'd rather stick with your plain old boring training gear.
No. I think I'm gonna go with my custom look. Thanks, guys.
And there you see the newest addition to NXT's roster making their way into the arena.
If you ask me, I think he's going to do big things here.
Well, nobody asked you, but I have to agree. This guy is the definition of superstar. These two men are giving it their all with so much at stake in this NXT Breakout Tournament.
Irish whip. And the referee got caught sleeping. Now we're really going to find out who wants to advance.
Wait a second, we've got company. It's Joaquin Wilde.
Yeah, and he brought a guest of his own in the form of a kendo stick.
Wilde's taking out his frustration after losing in the tournament last week.
Hector Flores has no idea what just happened.
And now Hector's going up top to capitalize.
This could do it.
And down with the frog splash.
2, 3. And Flores secures the victory, advancing to the finals of the NXT Breakout Tournament.
After what Wilde did tonight, I think their issue is far from over.
Yeah, Joaquin Wilde just cost him a potential championship opportunity at NXT TakeOver. That's not going to sit well with anybody.
I think Hector just realized what occurred, and he's not too happy about it.
Too bad. Take the win and move on.
Last week, you earned the opportunity to face Damian Priest for his North American Championship. However, after the match, Priest announced a $50,000 bounty for anyone who could successfully take you out. How have you been dealing with this situation?
Look, it's clear that Damian Priest knows he can't beat me. So this was the only solution he could come up with to hold on to his championship. But it's not going to work. So far, no one's even attempted to cash in on the bounty. And that tells me that just like Priest, the rest of the NXT locker room wants no part of me. So it's been business as usual. If anyone does want to try to cash in, I'll consider it a warm-up for Priest. And if not, I'm ready either way.
Here is your winner, and the new NXT North American Champion, the Captain, Race. What a shift into the tides with this championship match.
We really are looking at a new era, Cole. Soak it in.
He did it. He was able to defeat Finn Balor in under 5 minutes to become the new NXT Champion.
Now, I thought with Finn's time limit stipulation that no one would ever dethrone him, but clearly I was wrong.
You are looking at the new Prince of NXT.
Let's hear what our brand new NXT Champion has to say.
I stand here before you tonight as proof that a lot can happen in 5 minutes. That's all the time it took for my life and the course of NXT history to be changed forever. And whether you like me or not, I can promise you one thing. You're gonna get a whole lot more than 5 minutes of me.
Hold on. We know what this means.
We thought we were about to see Demon Finn Balor, but what is this?
It appears to be some kind of demon spawn, for lack of a better term.
Whatever it is, it can't be good for the NXT champion.
And these demon minions are swarming the champion.
They're tearing him to pieces.
This was clearly a message from Finn Balor that their issue is far from over.
And there he is, the demon himself, Finn Balor, here to survey the damage that
his minions delivered.
And those minions just scattered. Like, even they were afraid of the demon. I've never seen anything like this.
Our NXT champion thought he'd conquered Finn Balor, thought that he had dethroned the Prince, but now he's dealing with an entirely different beast.
That's right, Corey. And from what we just witnessed, I think we might be looking at a very short NXT championship reign.
Thanks for agreeing to meet with me.
You came to my show. Wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, either way, I'm not going to waste your time with small talk. I'm here because I want to know how to defeat Demon Finn Balor. And you're the only man who's ever done it.
I figured that's what this was all about. You know, not a day goes by where I don't think about how I nailed that painted up freak with a muscle buster and then pinned him in the ring. 1, 2, 3.
It sounds like it really made an impact on you.
No, not really. It just seemed like you were hoping for that kind of vibe. I really haven't thought about it too much since it happened.
Okay, so then do you at least have any advice on how I could take him down?
I have an idea. But first, I want a favor from you in return. I've been battling Braun Strowman for a while. It could gain a bit of an edge if you help me out.
And how would I do that?
Braun's got a match tonight. Jump him on his entrance. If it was me doing it, he'd be ready. But he'll never expect it coming from you.
I'll do it. Whatever risk I take going after Braun is worth any advantage I can gain against Finn.
All right. I'll be watching.
What the heck? What's he doing here?
More importantly, what's he doing attacking Braun Strowman? Is he insane?
We have an NXT superstar attacking the monster among men on Raw. All hell is broken loose. The Demon reverses.
Sling blade.
The NXT champion's reign could be coming to an end after only one match.
Setting up for the coup de grace.
It's Samoa Joe.
What's he doing here?
Joe's setting up for a muscle buster, the only move that's ever defeated the Demon.
And he nails it.
We're going to see history repeat itself.
What the hell? It's Braun Strowman.
The monster among men is here.
This is payback for what the NXT champion did to Braun on Raw.
Running power slam.
It looked like the NXT champion was going to escape with his title thanks to Samoa Joe, but now all hell has broken loose.
Yeah, now it seems that neither Joe or Braun will play a role in the outcome of this match.
If the champion's going to defeat the Demon, he's going to have to do it on his own.
The Demon has been vanquished for just the second time ever.
Talk about rising to the occasion here at TakeOver. Our NXT champion truly solidified himself as the leader of the black and yellow brand.
He faced long odds tonight, but our champion did everything it took to survive another day.
I know we got the win out there tonight, but I apologize. I was definitely not on top of my game.
I could tell. I know you said you didn't want to talk about your family stuff, but what the heck is going on?
All right. You have to promise not to tell anyone else about it. Deal?
Yeah, I promise.
So my father has been in touch with me lately.
I thought you were on speaking terms.
We weren't, but since I made it to NXT, he's been contacting me all the time.
So why is that a bad thing?
Because I haven't been honest with you or anyone else about my background or who my dad is. The truth is, I do come from a famous Mexican wrestling family. My father is El Mago Sr.
Wait, I'm confused. What about that wrestler El Mago Jr.? Is he your brother? And why hide all this in the first place?
Let me explain. When I first decided to get into wrestling, I wanted to carry on my father's name and become El Mago Jr. But my dad didn't think I had what it took to make it and decided to sell the name to the guy who's now El Mago Jr. It really hurt that he put his faith in some stranger instead of his own son. Ever since then, I've been determined to make it on my own without my father's help or namesake.
Wow. Well, I guess that explains why you wanted nothing to do with his retirement show a while back.
Exactly. And I was fine just doing my own thing, but now that I've had some success and made it to NXT, my father suddenly wants me to be El Mago Jr.
Interesting timing.
Yeah. And worse, he's even convinced NXT management it's a good idea. This is the last thing I ever wanted. My father should have no part of my success when he never once believed in me before this.
Okay. I think I know how you can get rid of this problem.
Like, as in, get rid of my father? I don't think I could do that.
What? No. We just have to take away the prestige of the El Mago name by exposing El Mago Jr. and in turn your dad as frauds. Then, this will all go away.
How do we do that?
Just follow my lead. In the meantime, we should continue competing on NXT like nothing's up. Before we get to the unmasking, we have something else to reveal. El Mago Jr. isn't who you've been told he is. He is not El Mago's son, and we can prove it now. Doesn't look like he's from around here, huh? That's because El Mago Sr. hired him to play the role. It was all a scheme to capitalize on his own notoriety, to lie to you, and steal your hard-earned money. Let him go. He's already brought enough shame upon himself. No need to unmask him and pile on. But if these fine people here want to let him know he's a fraud, I'd be okay with that. Fraude, fraude, fraude.
An impressive win here tonight, but don't forget he now has to face Keith Lee.
Before I get to my next match against Keith Lee, I have a few things I'd like to discuss. Hang on a second. Just let me gather my thoughts real quick.
Gather your thoughts or stall before you have to face a rested and motivated Keith Lee.
Okay, where was I? Like any top superstar would, I did my homework on Keith Lee in preparation for tonight's match. And I learned some very interesting things. See, this man is full of hashtags and motivational catchphrases, but it's all a bunch of lies. He's never lived up to a single one of them. Like, did you know that Keith Lee stole his parents' car when he was first leaving home to become a wrestler? I guess Grand Theft Auto is the true definition of limitless. Speaking of Keith's parents, turns out they didn't even want him to get into wrestling. They wanted him to continue playing football, but instead he quit, turning his back on his team and a free education that millions would die for. I doubt any of his coaches or teammates felt like basking in his glory after that. But after reading more and more about Keith Lee's backstory, one thing became clear. This
This is a pattern. He's always taking the easy way out, finding people who buy into his phony persona and enable him to receive countless opportunities after failing over and over again. Like, for instance, how he failed to make the cut at the Performance Center 3 times before he was bailed out by William Regal, who, to this day, continues to give him chance after chance when all he does is squander them. But this pattern really first started with Keith Lee's grandmother, who introduced him to wrestling as a young boy in Texas. While I can't go back and fix the giant mistake she made, I can put an end to it now. So Keith Lee, come on out here so I can expose you for what you really are. A fake, a liar, a failure, and soon to be
Wait a second.
former WWE superstar.
Keith Lee sends him flying to the floor.
Talk about a man's family and grandmother, and this is what you get.
Keith Lee's on a rampage. He snapped. Someone needs to stop him.
If anyone can talk some sense into Keith Lee, it's NXT General Manager William Regal.
And finally, it looks like cooler heads are prevailing.
He may have taken a beating, but I think this is what he wanted. He got inside Keith Lee's head, and now he has an important mental edge going into whatever their next encounter is.
Keith Lee is as tough mentally as he is physically. I'm not sure that strategy is going to work.
Did you not just see what happened? I think it's already proven extremely effective.
Hang on, the NXT Champion has company.
We saw him invite Walter to come to NXT on social media, and apparently he made the trip over.
And it looks like Walter didn't make the trip alone. It's Imperium.
The NXT Champion is in big trouble here.
I'd say so. He's outnumbered 4-1.
Wait a second. It's British Strong Style.
And they're taking the fight to Imperium.
This is now an even 4-on-4 fight.
The NXT Champion is going head-to-head with Walter.
Was this a coordinated effort between the champion and British Strong Style?
No idea, but it's working.
Into the steel steps.
You have to imagine this is only the beginning of the war between these two sides.
This is NXT's version of the British invasion.
And our champion is caught directly in the middle of it.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but stay tuned to WWE social media for updates on this developing situation.
Now, here's your update. They're going to keep fighting until next week.
It's the arrival of the newest edition of Monday Nights.
GM Mandy Rose and the WWE Universe are lucky to have this superstar on Monday Night Raw.
I know he's accomplished a lot in other places, but let's see how he does here on the Red brand. Then we'll talk.
Huge victory time.
Hold up. If this guy's day can't get any more interesting.
I might have an idea what this is all about.
Yeah, after what we heard happened backstage. It's Kane! And not Mayor Kane, it's the Big Red Machine. The demon has been awakened.
Choke slam!
He's been put on notice.
You have to give him credit. That was a huge win tonight over Kane.
Hold on, is this what I think it is?
It's The Undertaker.
The Phenom is here on Raw.
He called Taker out on social media. Now he has to answer him face to face.
Let's see how tough he is now.
Undertaker's not going to wait.
And there he goes. He wants nothing to do with the dead man.
He just took down Kane. I think he's had enough of the Brothers of Destruction for one night.
A monumental victory tied over the Brothers of Destruction.
And there you see the Undertaker checking on Kane.
Wait a minute, from behind, with a chair on Undertaker.
And Orton's got one too. They are laying waste to Kane and Undertaker.
Come on, you won the match. This is too much.
We have a new United States champion.
I I can't believe it. Tommaso Ciampa has been dethroned.
And now it's time for him to say goodbye to his precious Stripey.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
He doesn't seem too happy about it, but apparently Ciampa is ready to accept this loss.
Whoa, what the heck?
Ciampa's lost it. Obviously, he wasn't ready to accept this loss. Oh my God, what's he doing with those steel steps? I think we've seen this before in Ciampa's epic battles with Johnny Gargano.
Oh no.
Fairy tale ending on the steel stairs.
The new United States champion could be severely injured.
Yeah, he came crashing down face and rib first on those unforgiving steps.
And would you look at that? Ciampa isn't going to part ways with Stripey after all. He's leaving with the United States Championship.
Just all-around disgraceful actions that we've witnessed here tonight. In any event, stay tuned for updates on the new champion's condition.
Here's an update. Not good.
The United States champion persevered through an extremely difficult challenge tonight to walk away victorious.
Yeah, after surviving that match, you have to wonder if there's any obstacle he can't overcome.
It's Dolph Ziggler! Zigzag!
What the heck? What was that all about?
Just when it looked like the United States champion had no more obstacles to clear, now he has the show-off standing in his way.
Dolph Ziggler is a former United States champion himself. This is only speculation, but maybe he was upset he was left out of the match tonight.
That could be, but nonetheless, the champion now appears to have a significant problem on his hands.
Let's hear what our United States champion has to say before his title defense.
You all saw what happened last week when Dolph Ziggler attacked me after the U.S. Champions Battle Royal. I guess he was a little upset he wasn't included and feeling overlooked in general. So, I promised Dolph that I'd come out here tonight and recognize some of the amazing moments from his career. So, let's start at the beginning, where Dolph proved he was special from day one, debuting in WWE as a preppy-looking golf caddy. How could anyone ever overlook that? Not wanting to become too big of a star too fast, Dolph then decided to become a male cheerleader. He truly was a show-off of both versatility and spirit. After those two stints were so overwhelmingly successful, Dolph again didn't want to outshine his fellow superstars, so he decided to go back to developmental to come up with another amazing persona and give back to future superstars. After this hiatus, Dolph would return and continue to entertain the WWE Universe for the past decade and a half, even trying his hand at stand-up comedy in front of as many as 20 to 30 people. Speaking of jokes, I think that's about enough of that. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth about Dolph Ziggler. He's not given the credit he thinks he deserves because he has no identity. A caddy, a cheerleader, a stand-up comedian. How can he be recognized if he can't even recognize himself? But here's the thing. I know who I am. And that's the United States champion who will kick anyone's ass who gets in my way. So, Dolph, after I'm through with my match tonight, you won't be overlooked. You'll just be next.
Strong words from the United States champion. He'll defend his title coming up next.
Don't want to ruin your big night, but I have some bad news and thought you should hear it from me first.
What's going on?
Management has started drawing entry numbers for the Royal Rumble. And I found out that you drew number 2.
Damn.
I know. I tried talking to Mandy, but she couldn't change it. There's only so much power I have around here. But look, I was in the same spot in 2014.
I can't remember. Did you win?
No, but I lasted nearly 50 minutes, making it to the final 5. But you can do more. You can win. I know it. And then after that, at WrestleMania, you defeat the Universal Champion from SmackDown, and we control WWE together.
Sounds like a plan.
You're damn right it does.
After starting number 2 in the Royal Rumble, he's defied all odds, outlasting 29 other superstars to punch his ticket to WrestleMania.
You have to think he's got his sights set on SmackDown's Universal Champion.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Saxton. Let's just wait and see.
Let's hear what WWE Champion Seth Rollins has to say after his little misstep on social media.
His account was hacked.
Part of being the Monday Night Messiah is being honest with your disciples. It's that trust, that bond that gives us strength and allows us to accomplish great things. So I'm here tonight to tell the truth about why I did what I did, to show it was all for the greater good and still can be. So, I'll speak directly to our discontented brother, Messiah to man. First, let's get this out of the way. My social media account was not hacked. We did have intentions of striking you down if you chose to face me at WrestleMania. That's the truth. But full disclosure, there were other transgressions that took place before that. I told Mandy Rose that you didn't want an automatic qualifying spot in the Rumble, that you really wanted to earn it, which got you put in the 10-man qualifying match. That's the truth. And then, when you won that match, we needed another plan. So I pulled some strings and got you the number 2 entry spot in the Rumble. And then, of course, we all know how that turned out. And how we ended up here tonight. And all of that is the truth. So now, I've bared my soul to you and shown you everything. We can still work together. We can still do great things. Win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania, and we can take over WWE like we had planned. Or you can ignore the truth, throw everything away, and take on the Monday Night Messiah and his disciples and face your destruction at our hands. Make no mistake, if you challenge us, we will finish the burial that I started. But remember, I was just trying to steer you toward the correct choice, to help you succeed. And that's what I'm doing again now. But this is it. It's your last chance. Make the right decision. Honor the truth. And trust me, for the greater good.
Will the Royal Rumble winner listen to the Monday Night Messiah and put this all behind them? Or will he choose to take on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? We'll find out soon enough.
The WWE Universe heard from Seth Rollins earlier tonight, and we all want to know. Did his words have any impact on who you will face at WrestleMania?
You might be wondering why I'm holding this shovel. You see, Seth likes to speak in metaphors and talk about all sorts of things like the greater good and embracing the truth. So I figured I'd speak his language. Seth, you and your disciples tried to bury me, but you failed. And now, I'm gonna bury you at WrestleMania. That's right, I'm not changing my mind. But you know what? Why wait until WrestleMania? I'm gonna start the burial tonight by taking out your disciples in a 3-on-1 match. Actually, I forgot about the shovel. Make that 3-on-2.
As Seth Rollins' followers prepare for this 3-on-1 match against their former ally, you have to imagine their leader, the Monday Night Messiah, will be watching closely.
With the odds heavily in their favor, Seth won't be satisfied with anything other than a convincing win.
I think that's exactly what we're going to see here tonight.
From behind with that shovel.
He's not waiting for the match to start.
It's no longer 3-on-1. That shovel's an equalizer.
He's taken out weeks of built-up frustration after being held back by Seth and his group.
He said he was going to bury Seth's followers, but I didn't know he meant it literally.
I think Mustafa Ali and Austin Theory could have serious injuries.
It doesn't appear that the scheduled match will take place. Seth's crew is decimated.
Maybe, but it looks like Murphy still wants to fight.
Poor decision on his part. This guy's out for vengeance.
Nonetheless, it looks like we're now going to have a singles match. Hold on, it's Seth Rollins' disciples.
Well, last we knew, they weren't medically cleared to be here.
Looks like they're going to get revenge for what was done to them on Raw with that shovel.
Never underestimate the Monday Night Messiah. We should have known he wasn't going into this match without a backup plan.
I know there's been a lot of turmoil between these men, and this is no disqualification, but this is WrestleMania. It's not supposed to end like this.
This is going to get ugly.
I can't watch.
What the hell?
What just happened?
He hits Seth with the stomp.
Could this be it? He's done it. After a shocking turn of events where former allies turned enemies became allies again, Seth Rollins has been dethroned, and we have a new WWE champion.
And more than a new champion, it looks like we have a new alliance with a new leader.
I think we just saw the birth of a new Monday Night Messiah.
And Seth Rollins can't believe it. He thought he had the match and his WWE Championship secured, but that was not the case. The new champion set out to bury him, and that is exactly what he just did.
This is a WrestleMania moment that will be remembered for a very long time.
I'm in shock. Wow. Congrats to the new champion, I guess.
A monumental victory tonight for the WWE Champion over the Phenom himself, The Undertaker.
You never want to overlook an accomplishment like that, but I think the champion still has other things on his mind.
John Cena, over the past few weeks, I've done everything I can to prove to you that I'm worthy of a match, that I'm worthy of your time. I mean, I just beat The Undertaker, which is something you couldn't do. So you know what? Maybe I've been looking at this the wrong way. Maybe it's not about proving that I'm worthy of your time. Maybe you're not worth mine.
I have to agree with the WWE Champion here. It's time to move on from this whole John Cena thing.
Wait a second.
It's John Cena! The face of WWE has come home!
I can't believe it. After weeks of unanswered challenges, and then Cena himself saying it wasn't going to happen, the WWE Champion has gotten John Cena to return to Monday Night Raw.
And there you have it. Cena is back for one thing, the WWE Championship.
Hey, this is a matchup that no one thought we'd ever see. And now it looks like it's happening.
This is going to be one for the ages.
This should be very interesting.
All week long, you've heard about a huge announcement I'd be making tonight. And now the time has finally come. You might be able to guess what it is based on the men who are gathered in this ring and those giant steel letters. But let's make it official. In the very near future, there's gonna be a special one-night tribute show to the men and women of World Championship Wrestling. And it's going to be called WCW One Night Nitro. That's right.
Raw is now where the big boys play. I just want to say, it's truly an honor to be a part of helping put all of this together. And I can't wait to pay tribute to the legends in this ring and many more who influenced my career. Now, with that being said, I'd like to...
Huge news with the announcement of WCW One Night Nitro. But apparently, AJ Styles has something to say about it.
Whatever it is, it must be urgent.
Sorry to crash the big party, but I just wanted to say I'd love to be a part of this reunion show too. Apparently you forgot I spent a few months in WCW before it went out of business.
No slight intended. I was actually planning on reaching out to you. Just wanted to make sure we saved room on the card for some of the more well-known WCW stars.
Well-known, huh?
I mean well-known in WCW, not in general. Like you said, you were only there for a few months. But I'm sure we can work this out. Let's talk more later, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. I'll let you get back to it.
As you can see, this show is so big that everyone wants to be a part of it. Now stay tuned to the WCW hotline. Just kidding. Stay tuned to social media for more information on WCW One Night Nitro!
We never thought we'd see this moment. WCW will return for one night only.
Hold up. AJ Styles with the chair shot.
He's not waiting to talk about this later. AJ Styles clearly felt disrespected tonight, and now he's taking it out on all the WCW legends.
And down goes Booker T.
Kevin Nash can't stop AJ either.
Mysterio off the top.
And Styles dumps Ray to the outside.
Okay, maybe this will be a fair fight.
Guess not. AJ setting up for the Styles Clash.
Down onto the steel chair. This was supposed to be a moment to celebrate the legends of WCW, but AJ Styles did everything in his power to ruin that.
Just pathetic, in my opinion.
This seems to be about more than just being excluded from the event. There's something else going on here.
And one more disgraceful act to close out an all-around shameful night for AJ Styles.
All week long, I've been getting messages on social media. Why, AJ? Why did you take out the WCW legends? Why'd you ruin One Night Nitro? Well, here's the answer. At first, I was slightly offended I wasn't considered for the show. After all, like I said, I was an actual wrestler there, unlike the superfan wannabe putting it all together, who never stepped foot in a WCW ring. More on him in a second. But then the more I thought about it, I didn't want to be a part of bringing back and honoring the egotistical, greedy dinosaurs who sleptwalk through their matches just to collect a fat paycheck, putting the company out of business and nearly killing my career before it ever got started. In fact, it was so bad down there, when they first offered me a contract, I turned it down and took a job delivering water because it paid more. Because all these so-called legends were flying around in private jets with their guaranteed contracts, wrestling 4 times a year, and there was no money left to pay guys who actually wanted to be there. Ultimately, I ended up going to WCW for 3 months, and it was way worse than I thought it would be. Every decision from the top guys was made to hold back the younger, more talented wrestlers like me. Finally, it all caught up to them, and the company folded. I had to go back to the Indies and work my butt off to make it to where I am today. But I'm the exception. Most of the younger WCW guys from that era, like my old tag team partner, they never made it. So that's how I remember WCW. Not as this company that beat WWE for a short time, or part of this over-glorified golden era of wrestling, but a sinking ship that almost took down AJ Styles with it. So that's why I did what I did. I shut down the embarrassing tribute show before it ever happened, and I'd do it again 500 times. So let's circle back to the guy who started all this. You were just a fan when all that with WCW went down. You had no idea what really happened, but in my eyes, that almost makes you worse than the so-called legends you put on a pedestal. You're supposedly a WWE superstar now, so act like it. This isn't your time to play fantasy WCW. It's embarrassing. So you want to talk about destroying me for what I did? Remember, WCW already tried that, and they failed. So I'm going to do a favor for every man and woman in that locker room who has any actual respect for what we do, and destroy you. Challenge accepted.
Is he attempting a Styles clash?
It's Finn Balor.
What's he doing here?
It seems Balor's attempting to help out his former club partner.
He's certainly got everyone's attention.
AJ Styles has a chair, and the referee has no idea.
Neither does his opponent. It's Kevin Nash.
We haven't seen Nash since Styles took out the WCW legends a few weeks back.
This is his chance for payback.
Kevin Nash just turned on his friend.
I can't believe this is happening.
And now AJ taking advantage.
He's gonna do it.
He hits this and it's done.
Styles clash.
1, 2, 3. And it's all over thanks to the interference from Finn Balor and the shocking actions of Kevin Nash.
This is unbelievable.
What exactly is the relationship between these three?
I'm not sure if Balor and Styles even know.
There's your answer. It looks like we've just witnessed the birth of some kind of new NWO/club type alliance.
This is bad news for WWE.
Oh, I agree. Nothing good can come from this. Look who it is, SmackDown's newest superstar.
SmackDown is lucky to have this addition to its roster.
We'll see how he fares here, but I think he has the chance to do big things.
You're looking at the winners of the Mixed Match Challenge Tournament.
Well, they were a patchwork team after Jimmy Uso was injured, but gelled enough to cruise through the playoffs and take tonight's final.
Let's not forget what's really important here. The winners of the Mixed Match Challenge get to be GMs of SmackDown for one night. That's quite the reward, assuming it's put to good use.
I have no doubt they'll do just that. Congrats again to the winning pair. And now the challenger looks to take control of Roman Reigns in this Universal Championship match.
Yeah, a match he made himself. Really earned it.
Wait a second. That's Jimmy Uso. He's been out for weeks with an injury.
I'm guessing he's not here to congratulate his wife's replacement partner on winning the Mixed Match Challenge.
If things had gone differently, this could have been Uso's championship opportunity tonight.
Look out. Roman Reigns.
Superman punch.
It's all over.
Roman Reigns has managed to hold on to his Universal Championship.
Yeah, with a major assist from his cousin.
SmackDown's GM for the night had everything lined up perfectly, but it all changed in an instant due to the returning Jimmy Uso.
No matter what kind of temporary authority he has, it wasn't enough to survive a distraction and a Superman punch. I'm sure both of these men are going to have a lot to discuss with each other and Naomi.
After weeks of training together, Drew Gulak and his partner looked like quite the team here tonight.
I was curious to see how they'd work together, and they didn't disappoint.
What was that? Drew Gulak just turned on his partner.
Apparently that's the first and last time we'll see these two team up.
Unbelievable.
Drew, You trained with your partner for weeks and finally teamed together tonight for the first time, but then, for some reason, you attacked him after the match. Can you explain why?
I'd be happy to. You see, when we were training together, everything was so easy for him, okay? No matter what test or challenge I threw at him, he passed with flying colors. And the whole time he had this attitude about it, almost like he was doing me the favor instead of the other way around. And then, when we finally teamed together, he just had to get the win, right? It was his way of trying to one-up me, because he thinks he's so great. Well, I've got news for him. He's not, and I'll prove it. Because he thought he passed all the tests, well, he didn't. I'm the final test, and this time, he's going to fail.
So, you're challenging him to a match?
Yes, but not just any match. I want to see if he actually learned anything. So I'm proposing a match with no shortcuts allowed, which means no running, no escaping the ring, and no top rope moves. Now we'll find out who's got holes in their game and who doesn't.
Drew Gulak with the Irish whip on his former student.
Wait, was that legal in this match?
He tripped over the ropes.
And with the referee down, Gulak is showing you exactly the kind of man he is, breaking the rules that he proposed.
Yeah, he's showing you that he's intelligent and an opportunist. The no-fly zone has been temporarily lifted.
Leaving the ring, another rule violation.
And now into the steel steps. Drew Gulak is completely taking advantage of this situation. He has no integrity.
This is ridiculous.
And of course, just as the referee recovers, Gulak initiates a side headlock.
What's wrong with that? It's perfectly legal.
Yeah, after he broke 3 other rules.
You guys are nerds.
He's done it! Despite having to compete twice in one night and then face a completely rested Randy Orton, he overcame the odds and is now the new king of the ring.
Yeah, Randy Orton thought this was his golden opportunity to capture the one accolade that's evaded him throughout his career, but it just wasn't his night.
Without a doubt, this is a career-defining moment for this superstar.
All hail the new king. Look out from behind. Sheamus just blindsided King Corbin's scheduled opponent.
This is broken out into a battle of kings.
And only one king is going to bend the knee.
Here are your winners, the Captain, Rage, and King Booker.
That may be one of the most important wins I've seen in recent memory.
I agree, Corey. A huge victory tonight. After what was an exhausting match, we have a new Money in the Bank briefcase winner.
Walking away with that briefcase is never an easy task, especially considering some of the men he had to outlast tonight to get it.
Now the real questions start. How and when will he decide to cash it in? I'm sure our Universal Champion Roman Reigns will be eager to find out.
If that match does occur, I can't wait to see it.
It's only been a couple of hours since I won this briefcase, and I've already gotten a lot of questions. When are you going to cash it in? What championship are you going to go for? Will it be a surprise? So I'm going to cut to the chase and give you all the answers. Since day one, I wanted a shot at Roman Reigns and his Universal Championship. And now that I have this, I can make that a reality. So Roman, I'm not going to hold on to this for a long time or try to cash in when you're not expecting it. I'm challenging you to face me in the ring on SmackDown for your Universal Championship. I'll be waiting for your answer.
We can have a new Universal Champion!
Is that Kevin Owens music?
We haven't seen him in months!
He's got his Money in the Bank briefcase from last year's event.
Owens nails the current briefcase holder with his briefcase. What the heck is happening?
I think he's cashing in. We're going to have a triple threat match.
But 2 Money in the Bank briefcases? How is this legal?
Stunner!
1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens has shot the WWE Universe and stolen the Universal Championship. championship.
He didn't steal anything. He just outsmarted everyone in the arena.
Well, it certainly looks like Roman Reigns feels like his championship was stolen.
Yeah, and the challenger probably feels the same way. He had hit his finisher on Reigns and was moments away from becoming champion himself.
None of that matters now. What's important is we have a new Universal Champion, and that man's name is Kevin Owens.
Whoa, from behind!
The Universal title challenger is taking it to Kevin Owens.
I know KO interrupted his match earlier, but this is ridiculous. Owens was out here to face Paragon, not get ambushed.
Champion.
It was a difficult path to get here, but certainly worth the reward.
Let's not overlook the fact that Roman Reigns played a role in all this and was still never pinned for that title. I have a feeling this is far from settled.
And this makeshift team of soon-to-be opponents gets the win over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I can't wait to see them finally settle their issues over the Universal Championship alongside KO in that huge triple threat match.
It looks like they might get started early right now.
And the Tribal Chief just brushed aside the Universal Champion.
We'll see if that lack of respect serves to motivate the champ.
Our Universal Champion has successfully defended his title against KO and Roman Reigns in this triple threat match.
There were a lot of questions about our champion, but he just answered every one of them.
I know I was one of those who had doubts, but this performance was truly impressive. What's happening here?
He's ambushing Big E. That's what's happening.
He's not even scheduled to face Big E tonight. Somebody needs to get out here and put an end to this. With the help of his running mates, Paragon J. Pierce and Shinsuke Nakamura, we have a new Intercontinental Champion.
I think Big E might have gotten in over his head taking on this new group. He was able to fend off Paragon for a while, but this was just too much tonight.
I'd like to see how Big E does in a fair one-on-one match with no outside involvement. Then we'll talk.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the Captain, Rage.
You cannot say they didn't give it their all and then some to achieve this victory.
Riddle reverses.
Thrown to sleep.
And now Riddle with a German suplex.
Wait, is that Goldberg?
Spear! Spear!
What the hell is happening?
I have no idea.
Goldberg nails Riddle with a jackhammer.
I'm trying to process what happened here. Riddle looked to be on his way to potentially winning the Intercontinental Championship, and then Goldberg came out of nowhere, leading to a no contest.
I'm with you, Byron. This was completely unexpected.
It doesn't look like it was a surprise to the champion.
Goldberg and Riddle do have some history with each other. Maybe that led to the champion giving Goldberg the opportunity to finally get some payback here tonight.
We'll have to wait to find out how and why this all transpired. But in the meantime, the Intercontinental Champion will be leaving here tonight with his gold intact.
The Universal Champion and Edge are going back and forth here in this huge title match.
The referee goes down.
And now Edge is taken out too.
The Universal Champion is known for bending the rules. Will he take advantage?
There's your answer.
He's competed twice tonight. He's just evening up the odds.
And it's our GM, Adam Pearce.
Of course he's out here to help his friend Edge. That's the only reason Edge got this opportunity in the first place.
He's just trying to restore some order to the match.
Wait a second.
Spear! Edge nails
the champion with the spear. The referee's still down.
Adam Pearce is going to count the pin.
He did it, overcoming adversity yet again. Edge is the new Universal Champion.
Unbelievable. Let's not gloss over the real story here. The general manager of SmackDown just abused his power to help his friends steal the Universal Championship.
I'm not so sure about that, but I will admit this victory did occur with some level of controversy.
If I know our now former champion like I think I do, he's not going to sit back and accept this without putting up a fight.
Look, I could just approach this like some kind of farewell tour. A chance to show my girls what their dad looks like with a championship around his waist. A chance to stroke my own ego one more time, and a chance to remind all of you of a different era when this sort of thing was typical, almost expected. But I'm here to say that's exactly not what I'm gonna do. I've heard all the critics, like the former champion himself, that I was handed this Universal Championship. That somehow, because of my friendship with the GM, that I got special treatment, and this was basically gifted to me. So with that in mind, I'm gonna do everything in my power, even if it ends up costing me this very title, to prove the critics wrong. I'm gonna be a fighting champion and earn everything I get. I'm gonna do that by issuing an open challenge to anyone in that locker room to face me for this championship. And the open challenge begins right now. So who's ready to come out and face me? Come on, let's see what this locker room is made of.
What's going on here?
That's what's going on. The former Universal Champion appears to have cut to the front of the line.
Not what you were expecting, huh, Edge? Well, I wasn't expecting to lose my Universal Championship after your BFF here conspired to have me compete twice in one night, interfered in the match, and then pretended to be a referee and illegally counted the pin, basically handing you the title himself. But special treatment is the only kind of treatment you've received since you came back to WWE, isn't it?
I don't know what you're doing, but leave Adam out of this.
No, you don't get to talk now. This is my time. Like I was saying, the special treatment started when you just waltzed into the Royal Rumble after being gone for 8 years. No qualifying match needed. Then there were the WrestleMania matches, the WWE Network specials, all the TV time you took from superstars like myself. But worst of all, you were so insecure that you couldn't hang with today's generation that you had Adam Pearce hired as GM to give you the easiest possible path to success. And it worked!
What do you want?
I want to put an end to all of this. And I want my title back. So give me a rematch on my terms, or I'll take out your buddy here. Well, worse than I already have.
Fine. I'll take you on whenever and however you want. Just let him go.
Smart decision. Now run back to your BFF.
At least it looks like this is over with for now.
Adam Pearce is waylaid with the chair.
This is crossing the line.
Here comes Edge.
That just showed you exactly the type of person the former Universal Champion is. As soon as Edge was going to confront him face to face, he ran away as fast as he could.
That might be true, but the damage was done. He got what he wanted here tonight.
He has defeated Edge and regained the Universal title.
His victory also means he's not going anywhere. In fact, I have a feeling he'll be dominating SmackDown for a very long time.
As scary as that sounds, I think you're right, Corey. The SmackDown roster has officially been put on notice.